Hey guys, I've been back from the new Colo race for a few days now, and probably the number one question I get is, why do I do this? Can't answer that, but from bike packers it is, why? What did you pack and why did you pack it? And so I thought I haven't touched the bike, so I figured I would unpack and talk about sort of why I packed what I packed, and was it useful, was it not useful. The new Colo is a 1,000 mile bike packing race that just started this year, 2022. I was fortunate to be one of the first finishers of the race this year, and I think 8 of us started, 3 of us finished, and it was me and then Alex and Casey. And Casey is the route designer, and so he designed one heck of a route. Super tough, very rugged, lots of single track, lots of hiking. I think the elevation ranges from 5,000 feet to 13,000 feet elevation in southern Colorado and all through northern New Mexico. You get to ride the Continental Divide Trail, Colorado Trail, Calico, Alien Run, Red Mesa, just a ton of amazing trails. And then some epic gravel roads, some roads that weren't actually there because of the rain this year, the amount of monsoon that Colorado and New Mexico have been receiving this year. So it created some challenging terrain, but I would encourage you, if you want a really tough, expert level, ultra endurance, mountain biking, bike packing race, you need to sign up for 2023. It's pretty epic. So, to the bike. I chose to go with the hardtail. I definitely think that's the right bike for this race. It's a Y-Cycles El Jefe. As you can see, it's pretty dirty with a lot of New Mexico and Colorado mud. El Jefe 11 to 52. Cassette, electronic shifting. That was the first very long distance bikepacking race I've done with electronic shifting. It worked great. I'll talk about that a little bit more. I had Mezcal 235s, front and rear. Really great tire, really good in sand and just all conditions, not so great in mud. I don't know the right tire for the mud that we encountered. We encountered pretty viscous Colorado mud. We definitely got some peanut butter mud in New Mexico, but that was very short-lived. So yeah, 32 oval, wolf tooth steel, chainring, race face crank, carbon cranks. I ride flats just because I have to. I had a Sun dyno hub up front that generated power to my Supernova light, and then I basically have this sine waves revolution power port, essentially, that when the light's not on, it's charging a cache battery, and that cache battery in turn charges the GPS, the headlamp that I have, and other, like my phone, other devices. I had 5 liters water carrying capacity. So I basically had 3 1-liter bottles, 2 on the forks, 1 lower. I had this little vest, hydration vest, Osprey. And in the vest I would have my rain jacket, the Be Free water filter, baby wipes, very important, a little self-care. Toilet paper kit. These are my riding gloves that I threw in there. I had a little first aid kit in here. Again, the rain jacket, it's in Outdoor Research. What is this thing? I don't know. Light rain jacket, worked great. Yeah, put my spot in the back pocket. Sometimes I would put an extra pair of socks or gloves in the little vest storage. It's just good for like an extra burrito or food or whatnot. And then I probably should have put more water in this and sipped water from this as I was on single track, but I kept it in the bottles just so I could measure how much I was drinking. Had some like electrolytes and other food in there. My base kit, I had like 2 bibs, some gores, and some Pearl Izumi, and I had leg warmers, and my top was this OR Outdoor Research sun hoodie, and that was amazing. I'm glad I brought that. And I had 3 pairs of socks. I lost 1 pair, like just a general riding pair, and then these are the sealskins socks, waterproof socks. They actually work really well. So if you're encountering rain and Colorado monsoon weather and you want to keep your feet warm and dry, I would recommend these. So let's bust out the frame bag. This is Enlightened Equipment rain mitts. These worked pretty good. If you put them on the outside of your jacket like I did accidentally one time, they will fill up with water and hold water though. So make sure you tuck them under your jacket. Warm pair of gloves, Pactimo. I like these gloves. With these rain mitts, I got extra large so that I could actually maneuver the brakes, and that worked well. This is like a little, I have no idea. It's like a little bike lock that you can buy super cheap on Amazon. And so it's more of a deterrent. There was a couple of moments where I'm glad I had it, and someone would be looking at my bike outside of a market or something. Heart rate monitor, only really wore this the first few days. Toothbrush kit, should have used it more. I had like a little plastic bag stuffed and stashed everywhere so I could keep stuff dry. And then I broke up kind of my mechanic and battery kit in these little zippy bags. So in here I had different cables and wall ports, and like I would have these access batteries, and I would mark them if they're drained or if they're charged. And these battery covers are important for that. Some backup batteries for the E-Trex. I had an E-Trex and a Wahoo. I wound up using the Wahoo Wahoo in the beginning, and then it died. It was not holding the charge. I don't know if it was because this was the first time I loaded like a 1,000 mile route on the Wahoo, but it was draining through battery within 6 hours. And so essentially what I did was I went to the E-Trex for the remaining of the ride just because I could not keep the Wahoo charged. And with my cache battery, it starts out amazing and you can trickle charge, but if you're doing a lot of hike-a-bike like what this route has, it's really hard for this dynamo to keep the cache battery charged. Speaking of the cache battery, I had this 20,000 milliamp Anchor cache battery, and then I had basically like a 2 Tubolito set. Didn't have to use those. No tire issues. This is like CO2, my little toolkit, you know, the little chain pliers with backup master links, a big CO2 just in case I needed to reseat a tire or something on the fly. And then this was my electronic shifting pack with extra battery. I took 3 batteries total for the electronic shifting, and I'm glad I did, because there were some moments where we were doing a lot of shifting on some single track and I'm blowing through battery within less than 24 hours. My helmet, had a little Smith roadie helmet, a little gravel helmet with this cool Phoenix headlamp. I really liked it. I would recommend that. It holds a charge for a very long time, and it's really cool. You can take it on and off the helmet. What else? This is my little get out of jail kit, you know, sewing kit, tire repair, all that good stuff. Parts of chain, everything you need, you know, bacon, an extra, whatever this is called, derailleur hanger, and that was in the bottom, and that's it for that. And then back here in the saddle bag, this is a Revelate bag. Sorry, this was a custom loam equipment bag. I could just get to the bottom stuff here if I wanted to, you know, or get to the top where I had extra food or whatnot. And back here I had extra clothes. These are my rain pants. These are like these ultralight. I have no idea what brand this is. If it was raining anymore, I probably would have been sorry about these ultralight pants. But, oh yeah, it's Raid Light pants. They actually work really well. But you know, nothing beats the actual real rain pants. Backup socks, smart wool. I wore these most of the time, and those are gross. And then all my clothes layers I buried back here in the saddle bag. And this is Montbell puffy jacket. I had them in this McDonald's bag to kind of keep everything dry. And so Montbell puffy, I like to keep it in the little stuff sack. This is just a little base layer for warmth, really light base layer. Here's the one pair of riding socks, Pactimo, that I lost like day 3. Pearl Izumi bibs, cargo bibs. And that's pretty much it, unless, oh yeah, extra stands back here. Unless I shoved other food. The resupplies were pretty heavy at times, where I need to get a lot of, like a day and a half of calories. This is a Road Panda extra big bag. I don't know what it's called. I forget. Alamogordo, I think. Look at that. Some Knott's Berry Farm cookies. This is just my little racer tire plug kit. I had it right there just in case I needed it quickly. Another little bar. But basically this was always shoved full of food. This Oveja Negra bag, Life's a Beach. You know, you could shove a ton of calories in here as well. And then right here is, in my front roll, is my Mountain Laurel Designs dry bag, super light. And in here was basically my sleep kit. So it stayed dry, and I did not have a sleeping bag. I had Montbell down pants. And since I already needed a down jacket, I figured here, that's my down layer. And I would sleep on a full-size mattress. What is this thing called? Neo Air, the Neo Air Light, or Neo Air. It's the orange one, Thermarest Neo Air X Light. Anyway, I slept on this in my bivvy, extra pair of underwear to sleep in. And then my bivvy was an OR, Outdoor Research, helium bivvy. It's never done me wrong. I got rained on a few times. And so I stayed pretty darn warm. I slept at 12,000 feet once and was a little cold, just shoved all the clothes around me and stayed pretty warm. My bar setup is Profile Designs. I cut down my aero bars. I'm glad I had them for some of those long gravel or road sections where I could just kind of have another hand position and not be on my hands actually. I could just be on my arms, and you could essentially eat or get on your phone. I had to move, like I said, my Wahoo pretty much died on day 5. I stopped using it, and so I went with the old school E-Trex. I took it it was on my stem, and I just mounted it up top so I could see it. But man, the E-Trex, it's never done me wrong. So I actually used my zip ties. So you can kind of see them dangling there. I didn't trim them. On the other side of this frame bag, I had just some butt cream for like repair at night, like diaper rash cream. I used all zinc all the time. Like I don't use sunscreen if I have a sun shirt. I use this Zinca. It's great. I just paint my face. I look like a ghost, but hey, it works. And then on this left side, I had my zip ties. I had a little tiny Swiss Army knife, which I did use. 2 bottles of lube, which you can see on these long trips, I use Demontech Original. It just works. It's really greasy and gross. And then I had a brush. I think I lost my brush. A brush and a rag for my chain maintenance, and then I printed up like a cue sheet with all the important cues. And that's it, really. I mean, that's 8 days on a bike. Tire boot back here, some lens wipes. I lost my sunglasses. I think I had three total pair of sunglasses, a couple of gas station sunglasses, but yeah, that's about it. The wolf tooth, fat paw, not mega fat paw, and the Cane Creek, I have no hand issues. This is the first race where I've walked away with 0 hand issues, and I have to say that that's a great setup. And I have the Y-Cycles titanium bars that add a little flex. Yeah, everything really performed great. The fork, you know, I don't think that the RockShox Sid is meant to perform that many miles with that much mud and bad conditions. So I definitely was getting a little funky by the end. But other than that, 0 bike maintenance issues. But yeah, I would encourage you to do this route. And thanks for watching.